They were fierce, they were strategic, and they were more than just warriors in feathers and paint. But what if I told you? There are Native American war stories you've never heard of. Stories erased from textbooks and ignored by the internet. Today, we uncover the forgotten warriors, untold Native American war stories that deserve to be remembered. In the late 1700s, while many Native leaders were signing peace treaties with colonists, one Cherokee warrior chose a different path. His name was Dragging Canoe. He broke away from his tribe and formed a resistance group known as the Chickamauga Cherokee. For more than 20 years, they waged a guerrilla war against American settlers, attacking forts, ambushing patrols, and disappearing into the forests like shadows. Dragging Canoe was called the Savage Napoleon, not because he was cruel, but because his tactics were unmatched. He predicted the true cost of surrendering land, and he was right. When we think of Native warriors, we rarely think of women. But among the Apache, women held sacred and powerful roles, not just as caretakers, but as fighters. The white-painted woman was more than a myth. She was a warrior priestess, a protector of the tribe, and a teacher of survival and strength. Girls were trained from as young as 8 years old to track, hunt, and even fight. One of these women would raise Geronimo, the legendary Apache leader. They were fierce, disciplined, and deeply respected, proof that in Apache culture, war and wisdom had no gender. Most people have heard of the Battle of Little Bighorn, but that wasn't the beginning. It was part of a century-long resistance. The Lakota, Cheyenne, and Arapaho formed powerful military alliances to fight off American expansion. Their strategies weren't random. They used buffalo horn formations, coordinated attacks across vast plains, and even disrupted telegraph and railroad lines. This was organized resistance, not chaos. Their warriors could ride for miles without leaving tracks. Their scouts could read the land like a map. They fought more than 40 major battles, and they nearly won. Here's a story that sounds almost too strange to be true. In 1843, a Japanese fishing boat shipwrecked off the Pacific Northwest coast. Oral histories from the Maka and Haida tribes speak of armored strangers with curved swords, most likely samurai. The two groups exchanged gifts, stories, and possibly even technology. Afterward, some Haida war canoes were reinforced with iron, a technique they hadn't used before. Was this the first meeting of native warriors and samurai? The evidence is scarce, but the legends endure. History is not just what's written. It's what's remembered, what's protected, and sometimes what's rediscovered. These native warriors weren't just fighting for territory. They were fighting for survival, sovereignty, and their descendants. Their stories matter, and now, you know one more piece of a history that refused to be forgotten.